Hey guys, so in this series or this video, what I really want to get to is, and I really wanted to call this tactical fitness or functional workouts. What it really is getting you guys back into the routine of working out with proper form, body weight exercises, things that kind of bring everything back to life, makes you feel strong and capable, kind of as if you were, for our legs, right? Like when you're walking, it feels like your feet are just breaking the concrete as you're moving, and when you're doing push-ups, it feels like you're cracking the ground underneath you, or press-ups. I've heard them called press-ups, and I think I like that term, right? Press-ups. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over a bunch of exercises you should be familiar with, break them down so that you can do them at home, give you a way to program a sequence, and that'll be part one of this. Then I can take you on to a more plyometric style. So this is gonna be more static, getting you stronger, getting you into fitness, getting you back in if you've taken a break. This isn't a super advanced athletic type thing, not now, because I wanna build people up. I want to work with the market that's just getting into it, that knows how to shoot, they know how to do certain things for self-defense, and now they want to incorporate fitness into this, and this is really what this will do for you. I notice I just said this a bunch of times, but that's okay, because it's about working out and not about the right words that we're using. So let's get to it. The first one we're going to talk about, and everybody knows it, is the push-up. The push-up. So the way I like to do the push-up and the way I like to introduce it or teach it might be a little bit different. Maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't. This is just the way that I found that gives each individual a good result as far as where their hand placement is gonna go. From there, you can develop other ways and make your push-ups have variations, so like offsetting and going wide or going more narrow. The way I like to introduce the push-up is I'll have people lay down, just flat on the ground, hands up above their head, and then they're just gonna pull their hands in to a comfortable position where they would push themselves off of the ground, right? So this really basic, natural movement. I'm just bringing my hands towards my chest, near my pec line. Here, now I'm ready. Toes are gonna dig in. I'm gonna get strong and drive the energy into the heels of my hands. So I'm gonna drive and push myself up, come down, up. Key things with this. I'm gonna look at the ground instead of looking ahead. What looking at the ground does is it keeps my spine aligned and strong. So everything is engaged. Everything from my toes to my calves, to my glutes, to my abs, shoulders, chest, neck, back muscles, spine, everything is aligned. Everything's working together for full strength and movement. The push-up counts when it goes up. So this is a full push-up, down, and then up, that's one. Okay, so now you know how to set up for the push-up, how to push off the heels, spine is aligned, head is looking at the ground, down, up is one. Go from there. From there you can create variations, but that's the basics and the intro to the push-up. All right, so we covered the push-up. Now we're gonna cover a modified Superman. This is gonna work the posterior chain, so we're working our backs. The push-up worked our chest, so the front. This is a really great exercise because you don't need much other than your body and the ground, and it gives you everything you need to start off getting your back strong. So I'll show you what this modified Superman looks like. You're just gonna lay flat, engage your core, so now you're stabilized on your abs. Your arms are gonna come out next to your body. You're gonna make a fist, kind of like if you were flying like Superman. So Superman, Superman, modified Superman. So we're here. After this is strong. Arms are straight, strong in the arms, strong in the legs. I'm pinning myself to the ground, abs are tight. I'm gonna roll my shoulders and my mid back up and in. That's one. Really feeling the contraction there. And that's your modified Superman. All right, so we're gonna get into the core exercise version of this. Again, you can do this two ways. You can do planks on the blades of your forearms, or you can do planks fully extended. One has more benefit to the pecs, shoulders. The other one is a lot more core engaging, but they both play a factor in core development. So pick one that you like, work on that one, and then the next week work on the other. It's too easy, it's good to have options. So I'll show you what a good plank looks like. Because we talked about the push-up and we kind of got down, reached out, brought our hands in for the push-up, it's gonna go very similarly to the plank. I'm just gonna push up and hold that top push-up position if I'm using the fully extended version of the plank. So I'm up high, I'm holding this, I'm feeling it in my core, I'm not sagging in my back at all, so my back is perfectly straight, my spine is aligned and strong, I'm looking at the ground, and then you're just gonna play with holding this for anything from 1 minute to 2 minutes to 5, all depending on how crazy you want to get with it. Hopefully everybody can reach 10 minutes. That's my current goal. I've got 6 down, so we'll see. The other variation is this. We're gonna put our forearms down and then just hold plank here. It's more like a Sphinx style plank. Hands are out, not a lot of engagement here. Elbows are dug into the ground, toes are in, abs are engaged. Still looking down, still strong spine, and I'm just gonna hold this till I start shaking and fall down. And that's when you know you're done with your planks.
That's what the love of money does.
All right. Now we're gonna move on to lower body. So we've covered push-up, modified Superman, plank, upper body, good strength. We're gonna get into squats, my personal favorite exercise. I think I do squats every day. I'm pretty sure I do squats every day. I recommend doing squats every day. It's just a good movement. I'll explain to you the way I like to do it and the way I like to suggest people do it. It's just a better way that allows more hip movement and hip engagement other than being in a position where the hip doesn't move as well. So the way I like to do it, I like to have my feet just underneath my shoulders, toes 10 and 2. Knees are gonna point outward, so if I point my toes, my knees tend to follow my toes. All I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna sit into the movement, and I'm just gonna drive up. So I'm gonna clench my posterior, my glutes, my hams. I'm gonna clench those on the way up, hold, stabilize on the way down, drive up, clench on the way up. Down, clench on the way up, drive down. If you can see here, my knees are pushing outward, my hips are open. This setup here with the toes 10 and 2 allows my hips to open and my bottom to drop underneath, so giving me more of a depth in my squat versus the 90 degree, which keeps me stuck pretty much here. 10 and 2. Feet and heels just underneath shoulders allows me to really drive and drop into the hip, giving me that full range of motion, and then up. Full range of motion, and then up. That's the basic squat. Get to doing that, legs will get strong, body will get strong, helps the core, helps everything else. So the lunge, and why lunges are so important. It just works the whole leg, develops a ton of power. It's consistent with climbing up things, stepping up ladders, stepping up stairs, or going upstairs. If you're a runner and you're running over funky terrain, like trail running, it helps with that. It's a really great movement. It strengthens the ankle, the knee, the quads, the hamstring, your core. Everything is stabilized and working together. So if we're doing stationary static lunges or just static lunges, I'm gonna take one foot, whichever side or whichever of the two I decide to go forward with. I'm gonna step out, I'm gonna drop my weight down. I'm gonna try and avoid the knee going over my toes, unless I'm doing traveling lunges or more of a wrestler's lunge. Stay tuned for those. So here, I'm at a 90 degree bend. I'm kind of at a 90 in the rear. I'm gonna use my heel to drive energy back to come out of it. Reposition, I'm lunging forward. This is engaged on the way forward. The back's engaged, the back's engaged, the front's engaged here. I'm trying not to get over my toe. I'm gonna send the energy back through that heel, reset, step out, come down, push back. Core's engaged, legs are strong, balance throughout the whole motion. Build these little reps in, that's how you get strong, that's how everything else becomes easier. Foundations. So, how to piece all of that together. Pick one of the upper body movements with one of the lower body movements. Do about 4 sets of 10 to start off. Get everything warm, get everything ready. Do that for about a week, and then you'll start to be able to vary it. So you'll probably do more like 3 sets of 20 or 2 sets of 40. Go along those numbers. It's body weight, so you can continue to push. It really helps drive the blood through the body. Body weight workouts are really great for that, and just gets you ready, low impact, and then you can start stacking weights down the line. Again, this is a foundation style training just to get you back in the groove of things. Easy programming, upper body, lower body, 4 sets of 10, 4 sets of 10. Pick one and one and then the other. Core the whole way through, so do about 4 1-minutes of plank. That's a full workout for you to do just like that, using these easy exercises to get you started. Cool down and recovery, probably the most important part of all of this if you want to maintain a healthy physique. And the best cool down for these style of workouts, it's going to be ideally you want to do some sort of pec movement. So I'm going to do this movement where my arms come together in the front. It's stretching my back out. So if you were looking at my back, and this movement would go here. My back is stretching, and that's from doing the Supermans. I'm giving my back a nice stretch there. And then as I pull apart and open, my chest is opening from the push-ups. So now I'm stretching my back, and I'm stretching my chest, back, and stretch. This also helps prevent injuries to the mid-back, which you really don't want, and they're kind of sucky. So then a ab stretch. Pretty sure it's called the seal. Just get down here, get underneath your pec line, and then just push up, stretch. The back of my body is down, so from the side, this portion of my body is down, hands are underneath my chest, and I'm pushing up. Then you can vary the angle and get the sides, push the other way. Now you've stretched your core. Really great way to get everything loose, blood flowing and moving, cool down, get your heart rate down from the previous workout, and just keeping you healthy and limber. The leg stretch, really cool. We do this every day here in training. 90-degree bend on both legs, similar to the lunge. Then I'm just gonna kick this leg out, come over the top, and stretch the posterior part of the leg. So I'm stretching the glute, the hamstring, a little bit of the calf here. And I'm just gonna work my way down. When I'm done there, bring this up. From this side, I'm gonna reach with the leg that's up. I'm gonna reach behind, grab my shoelaces, and then look to pull on that far leg for a quad stretch. Stabilize here if needed, shoelaces, stretch, stretch, stretch. The more you lean forward, the deeper the stretch, the closer it comes to your glutes or your butt, the better the stretch as well. So on this side, this foot is up, then you're just gonna switch, so the other side's gonna get over the top, stretching the hamstring here, back of the knee, calf, the glute, come back up. Same side leg that's up, you're gonna take that hand, grab the shoelaces, pull the heel towards your butt, really stretch here, stretch, stretch, pull the heel close to your glutes, drive forward, and then lastly, just the third rule squat. Just get into this squat here, let your body sink in, your lower back will start to stretch and decompress here. It's really great for you. Do this for about a minute. At the very end, you're just here, stretching, stretching, stretching. Heels are on the ground, body's super low, and you got yourself a workout, a good cool down, and some stretching. Get started. So that was it. That's the beginning, the foundations, everything you need to know to get started. No more excuses, get to work. This is part one of a continuous series that we're gonna do on our channel. So subscribe, comment, share, let people know that we're doing a little bit of everything for everyone, bringing the community together, fitness, firearms, training, everything you need to know, we're gonna try and provide for you guys. Stay tuned.